GradingPal is an AI-powered teaching assistant specifically designed to help teachers with the workflow around grading. It helps you grade real student work, including handwritten submissions, quickly, consistently, and giving meaningful feedback while you stay fully in control. In this video, I'll show you how to use GradingPal to grade a 6th grade math worksheet in minutes. This is a 6th grade math assignment focused on rates and unit rates. Students are working with double number lines, calculating speed, comparing rates, and explaining their thinking, including written responses. This is exactly the kind of assignment that takes a long time to grade by hand because you're checking work, reasoning, and explanations through different answer types. In the assignment setup, I'm going to click on Worksheets, and I'm going to upload that PDF that we were just looking at. Okay, here we can check to see that the AI scanned the assignment correctly. It looks really nice to me. You can still see the curriculum PDF over here off to the left. You can click in on the right if you think something should get more or fewer points, like this one gets 2 points for filling in the missing values on the number line. Here we have a chance to review and revise the rubric if needed. Like we can see that first one that gets 2 points, we can see what would earn you 2 points, what would earn you 1 point for partially correct, and what would earn you 0 points, completely incorrect. And we could click in and edit any of those if we thought that the criterion needed to be changed a little bit. All right, here's the good stuff. Let's look at some student work. This student gets a lot right, but not everything. Let's look at one where the student got it correct, and let's look at one where the student got partial credit. Okay, so for number 2, what is the speed of the scooter in feet per second? They were supposed to use this double number line to figure out the rate. If 30 feet is traveled every 2 seconds, then that means 15 feet every 1 second. We had to figure out the unit rate, and the student did it correctly here for problem number 2. Okay, now let's look at problem number 3. They got partial credit, right? If we look through the feedback, we can see that the student should have done 105 divided by 15. That's the total distance divided by the unit rate. And that would have given them 7 seconds. The student got 6 seconds. So they were close. Seems like that might be why they got partial credit. We can look at strengths and areas of improvement for more information. It says the student demonstrated an attempt to use proportional reasoning, okay? And it says the student gave an answer with the correct units, okay? Let's look for areas of improvement. Check calculations carefully. When using rates, divide the total distance by the unit rate to find the correct time. On the last problem, question number 5, the student actually calculated correctly, but then put the wrong answer. This happens to kids sometimes, and the feedback is spot on. It says you correctly calculated the pay rate for both individuals, and the area for improvement is double check your final answer to ensure it matches your calculations and logical reasoning. Be careful not to contradict your previous work with your conclusion. So this is giving a kid credit for partial work and so close, and that's really validating their progress. What I like here is that the feedback is specific. It doesn't just say, check your work. It points directly to the common mistake the kid makes and explains what the student should reconsider. Because I know my students and I have my instructional priorities, I might make a small edit. For example, click in here and where it says double check your final answer to ensure it matches your calculations and logical reasoning, I would add, we are comparing quotients. I've been using that mathematical vocabulary all year long and wanting my kids to do so, so it should be in the feedback here. Sometimes the AI puts it in, it's usually very good about that, but if it's not there, I can make a small edit. It's an example of how you stay in control. With GradingPal, that's my new workflow. I scan for correctness, check that the feedback matches my expectations, make small edits when needed, and then I move on. I spend my time thinking, not just marking the papers from scratch. GradingPal doesn't replace teacher judgment. It gives you a fast, consistent starting point so you can focus on instruction instead of paperwork. That's how you grade math worksheets in minutes without sacrificing quality. Give it a try for yourself at gradingpal.com today.